Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be reviewing how to set up disaster recovery between two Windows IIS web servers. The setup is pretty simple here. I've got a primary server that is running IIS with a website on it. I've got a secondary with IIS but no website running on it at all. And then I've got a one server which is going to be my RHA Arcserve management system. So this video has been sped up to run through this a little bit quicker. What we're going to look at first is just get a baseline of what do I have running. So on the left I've got the web server with the website, and on the right I've got a web server without the website. And similarly I'll pull up the directory structure on both servers. Left side again is my production server, and if I go to the root directory you'll notice I've got a web1 directory there. And if I go to my disaster recovery server, going back into the root directory, you'll notice I've got nothing running there. So let's go ahead and get set up. There is a prerequisite here for the IIS servers. I'm going to log into the primary production server and install a specific role, and that's the IIS compatibility role. So just going to allow roles to come up, add the role, scroll down and pick IIS compatibility. Go ahead and install that. Okay, done there. I'm going to go ahead and log off and log in into the disaster recovery server. I did color them a little bit different. The green is the disaster recovery, blue is the production, and the black is the control server. So back on a DR, picking compatibility and installing that also. And in this instance we are setting up IIS, but Arcserve does allow the replicate, SQL Server, Oracle, VMware Hyper-V, file services, multiple other things. So it's pretty robust when it comes to that. So what I'm starting here is just the Arcserve control service, the replication high availability software that we installed in a different video. I'm going to bring that up, which is going to bring me my primary control UI, set up a new scenario. Here's all the selections you have. I'm just going to go ahead and pick IIS for now and checkbox on the assured recovery option. I'll show you why in a minute. And then we're going to put in the IP addresses of both the servers. So my master is my production and my replica is my disaster recovery. The software is going to detect if the RHA engine service is running on both servers. That is necessary to control replication between both systems, and you know what your scheduling is going to look like. So I'm just going to give it the administrative credentials of both the servers, something that can install software on both the environments. So the software is detecting and it's installing this automatically, so we're going to allow it to just do that. Excellent. So installed it for both the systems for me. I'm going to hit next, and we're going to go into a little bit of a configuration to optimize this. System did detect that I had the web1 directory there. It is going to replicate everything IIS, so whatever you have under your root directory will find that, so it'll tell you that in the next screen. And we're going to go ahead and hit next. We do want that. Again, saw the web root directory. One thing I do like to select here is the online replication. You can schedule it every hour or whatever you like, and I do like to pick 10 streams of information so I can optimize my bandwidth out without creating a bottleneck for myself. The other thing I like to do is I will pick under replication, I do like to encrypted packets that are sent over, so I'm going to pick AES 256 here. Gonna leave everything else alone. You can define other user credentials and define who gets event logs, things like that, but for now I'm gonna leave it. So scenario setup, I'm gonna wait to run it. What I'm gonna do is bring up both the directories on the servers again on my production, my disaster recovery site. Move this around a little bit so you guys can see the information. So I'm gonna move this up and the other one up so you can see the logs as I'm replicating. So it's replicating in the background. Notice on the right side, in a second you'll see the web1 directory when replication is finished. It is pretty fast. The site's small. Even if you have a huge site, the data moves at about gig to 4 gigs a minute, so you can get a lot done very quickly. So site's over there. However, there is one caveat. The site is not running in your disaster recovery environment yet. So if I hit the next button on my second site, it's still not going to come up. The data's there, but the website is not started. So to test that, this is where the assured recovery option comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and go into assured recovery, hit OK here. In a minute you'll see a checkbox, and what will happen there is it'll actually bring up the website on the disaster recovery site. The production environment is not impacted by this at all. Production continues to run normally like it always would. So now that we're running assured recovery, you can see that the site is up and running, and we've got both the environments running. I'm going to now show you how to fail back. Again, this is very fast. It takes about a minute or two. So I'm failing it back, and you'll see the checkbox go away, and you'll see that synchronization continues again. And if I hit the enter button again on my secondary site, the disaster recovery site, nothing's going to come up because the site's been taken offline again and replication has resumed. Eventually this is just going to time out for you because it's just not running. So having said that, hopefully this video was educational and goes a long way in helping you guys set up disaster recovery for IIS web servers. So good luck, and thank you very much for watching, guys.